Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode. This podcasting is provided by the Chartered Institute of Building. We are the world's largest and most influential professional body for construction management and leadership. We have a royal charter to promote the science and practice of building and construction for the benefit of society. And we've been doing that since 1834. Our members work worldwide in the development, conservation, and improvement of the built environment. They represent the entire life cycle of a built asset in the infrastructure we utilize in our everyday lives. And today we have our guest, Zari Subhlok from Redability Partnership. She works as a quantity surveyor, and she's also an academic tutor at University of Melbourne. For a little bit background, Zari has the educational background in India from the Sujan School of Art and Architecture, and also graduated from the University of Melbourne, the Master of Construction Management, and works next. Also, she is the Vice President of the Young Quantity Surveyors of the Australian Institute of Quantity Surveyors. So welcome, Zari. Say hello to everyone.
Thank you, Ivanka. Hello, everyone. I did not know you knew all that. I did. I don't remember telling you, but that's great that you know everything I do. Thank you for having me.
Great. So let's jump to our first question today. So tell us something about yourself.
Okay, you're going to make me forget everything I know about myself by asking me that, but I'm a QS. If you mean what I do for the construction industry, yes, I'm a QS now for about 2.5 years. And all the things you've already mentioned. I was an architect back in India for about 5 years. And then I moved to Melbourne, Australia, and I've been here since 2017. So that's about me, your typical international student now working. Yeah. What else? If you want to know something specific, go for it.
Sounds excellent. You are very open to any information and questions. I'm glad to hear experience as international student travel a long way from India to Melbourne. And that's the similar experience like many international students in this construction industry. So for you, you have studied and worked as an architect in India, right?
Correct.
So why you choose Melbourne and why you choose construction management? I mean, what's your aspiration to make that choice?
So while I was doing architecture or working in an architecture office under an architect, I was doing a lot of management anyway. So I don't know what people's perception of how architects work is. It's not really that everyone's sitting with a drawing board and designing and imagining and creating things. Yes, there are people who do that, but there are lots of people who work to make it work, right? So who work to build. So as an architect back in India also, I was doing a fair bit of management kind of the team as well as of the project. So that's what kind of led me into thinking about construction management as a whole, because you don't know a lot about what goes on a construction site, even if you're an architect. So I wanted to know more. And that's why I decided to do construction management. Also looking at other aspects like job feasibilities and how healthy the market is for construction managers or someone who studies that. Yeah, so why Melbourne? Because I think it's a nice place. It's been good so far, and as an outsider, it's hard to decide. Like, you're from another country as well, I'm guessing, and you would have picked Melbourne for a specific reason. It seems to be popular with a lot of internationals.
Yeah.
But my reason was, sorry?
I mean, yeah, it is popular city.
Yeah, it is very popular with internationals. I'm sure people have the reasons, but mine was because it felt at the time to be a safe city to be in, like a nice it had a good livability index. It ranked high on livability points, so that's why I chose Melbourne.
Yeah.
What about you? Why did you choose Melbourne?
Yeah, I chose Melbourne for the same reason. Like Melbourne is the most livable city worldwide, so it's really attracts me as a student to I want to choose Melbourne as my second city. And also I'm happy to hear your aspiration to step out of your comfort zone, so you want to know more about construction management instead of only architect, and you would like to try several roles along the journey. So that's good. So jump to our next questions. For you, the current role as quantity surveyors at WT partnership, how do you like your current role as a QS? So, for example, what's your daily task like?
I still feel new as a quantity surveyor. Now, that could be a good thing and a bad thing. So, yeah, what do I like about my role as a quant? I think there's enough dopamine, if I can say, you can get out of getting your numbers right. So it's mostly a numbers game, right? Quantity surveying.
Yes.
So yeah, I enjoy that part of my work, getting the numbers right, doing those reports, even doing post-contract, doing a report for a financier or a client, and sometimes going to the site, seeing what's happening and how the budget is being handled. So the dollar aspect of construction, I enjoy that. I'm sure a little bit of that is same for you as well, because you're a quantity surveyor too. There could be different things you like about it, but yeah, that's what I like. And it's I'm exposed to newer things every day, not literally every day, but gradually. So I find new things to like about it. But yeah, basically the numbers. And the second part of your question was what my daily tasks are. So I work almost completely dedicatedly for a specific client. So we do quantity surveying. We undertake quantity surveying services for them, as well as some other related services like contracts and their account management system and things like that. So my daily tasks could be anything. It could be a cost plan, it could be a cost report, it could be a progress claim, it could be just sorting out invoices, ranges. It's not like I do the same thing every day. I do work for the same client every day, but it's within the bandwidth of the whole quantity surveying services.
Yes, I heard the progress claim, the cost planning report, which is pretty normal in quantity surveyors' daily task, and that's really good to know for the university students, to let them to get in the industry and have a site to see which is the daily task for a QS do. So that is really good. So we talk about the bright side, what you like in this job and what is enthusiastic to be accepted. And the next question will be, what's the biggest challenge for this profession and how do you overcome that?
Biggest challenge for me, because I'm relatively new, is that a lot of the times I don't know how things are done or what's the best way to do things. So doing a task all by yourself, if you ever have to, can be challenging. So that I would say is my biggest challenge so far. And how I overcome that, there could be several ways. Either like you completely devote yourself, figure it out. Some tasks you can do that. Some tasks you gotta learn from others. So your seniors or your subordinates or your colleagues, whoever, peers, mentors, anyone, you can learn from them, and then you can figure out. Some of them over time you get better at. So yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, that's good. So every job will have its own challenge and its own bright side. Well, will you find sometimes stressful in this role?
Sorry, say that again, please.
Will you find sometimes stressful for this role, especially have a very tight schedule or overload?
Yeah, I mean, there's overload sometimes. Sometimes there's also deadlines. Like any other job, there's nothing unusual about it. And then there's also just sometimes you're worried about whether you've done your job correctly, or should you have checked it one more time? Is there something you could have done better? Those things can be stressful depending on the situation, but mostly I don't think it's that stressful. But yeah, we're now at end of financial year, pretty much over now. But
yeah, same.
Times get stressful. You know that as well. Christmas times and end of financial times when people need things done before some sort of closure. Yeah, otherwise it's all healthy.
Yeah, it is. I do agree with you. And how has your past experience helped in current role?
My past experience as an architect, it's helped me in my current role in the sense that architects make buildings, right? So they're the creators, if I may say, on paper at least. So you're able to sort of get into the mindset. When you get a drawing, you're able to get into the mindset of the architect and understand what the intention may have been in a lot of cases. So you can read a drawing better, you understand the intent better. Those are quite powerful things. I mean, just reading a drawing, a complicated services drawing, which someone may not have seen before, but as an architect, you've obviously seen them because you worked on something similar. That is a big help.
Yeah, I do agree. Like reading and interpreting the drawings, very first basic skills for being in the construction industry. So I do believe, the past experience as an architect help you a lot.